Imagine a world without sneakers, hard to picture, right? Our closets are full of them, bright ones, plain ones, high tops, low tops. But every journey has a beginning, and the sneaker story starts with a quiet step that changed how we move and play. Before sneakers, shoes were loud, heavy leather boots, hard wooden clogs. Comfort was rare. People longed for something lighter, more flexible, that let them move freely and quietly. The world was changing fast in the 1800s, industry booming, new ideas everywhere. Someone somewhere was thinking about feet. This isn't just about rubber and canvas, it's about innovation, quiet experiments in bustling factories. The first sneaker wasn't born in a flashy studio or with a celebrity endorsement. It was a practical solution to an everyday problem, but its impact would be anything but ordinary. It crept into our lives, silent and steady. So let's peel back the layers of time and uncover the origins of this footwear revolution. We'll travel back to steam engines and new inventions. Meet the pioneers who dreamed of a different kind of shoe. A shoe that would let you tread softly and eventually conquer the world. Prepare to walk through history, one quiet rubber-soled step at a time. The journey of the sneaker is about to begin. Visual old photos of shoes, factories, and city streets. Music swells, fade to black. Our story begins in 19th century England, a time of great change and industrial energy. Amidst this, a new material was gaining attention: rubber. Bouncy, waterproof, but tricky to work with. Enter the Liverpool Rubber Company, founded in the 1860s. They saw potential in rubber, especially after Charles Goodyear's vulcanization process made it stable and versatile. Suddenly, rubber could be used for all sorts of things: bicycle tires, waterproof coats, and yes, shoes. The company began experimenting, trying to bond rubber to fabric. Early attempts were clumsy, but they kept at it, aiming for a lightweight, comfortable shoe with a rubber sole. They wanted something different from the heavy, stiff leather footwear of the day. Then, breakthrough, they successfully attached rubber soles to canvas uppers. The result? A simple, practical shoe, light, flexible, with good grip. This shoe became known as the plimsoll. The name came from the colored band joining the sole to the upper, resembling the plimsoll line on a ship's hull. If water went above that line, you'd get wet feet. A clever, nautical nod. The plimsoll was perfect for seaside trips and new sports like croquet. It was a quiet revolution in footwear. Visual, early plimsolls, seaside scenes. The plimsoll set the stage for everything to come. Music transition, cut to next scene. Optional quick animation of plimsoll line on a ship and shoe. Visual factory workers making shoes. Visual people playing croquet. Visual close-up of plimsoll shoe. Visual ship with plimsoll line, fade out. The plimsoll was a hit, light, comfortable, and most importantly, quiet. For the first time you could walk without announcing your arrival. Children could sneak up on friends, athletes could move nimbly. This was a new kind of freedom. This quietness led to a playful nickname, sneakers. The term caught on because these shoes let you sneak around. The word sneaker first appeared in print in the late 1800s, likely popularized by American advertisers. Regardless of its exact origin, the name stuck. The plimsoll, a British invention, gained an American nickname that would become the global standard. A practical shoe designed for leisure and sport became a symbol of silent movement. The sneaker was born, in name and in soul. Visual kids playing, old ads for sneakers. Visual close-up of rubber soles. Music, playful, light, fade to next scene. The sneaker story soon crossed the Atlantic to America, where innovation thrived. In 1916, the U.S. Rubber Company introduced a canvas-topped, rubber-soled shoe. They wanted to call them Peds, but settled on Keds, a catchy, memorable name. Keds were simple, comfortable, and, crucially, mass-produced. Mass production made them affordable and accessible to everyone, not just the wealthy. Suddenly, sneakers were for working families, children, and teenagers. Keds became the first feel-good shoe, solidifying the sneaker's place in American culture. Soon, other brands followed, like Converse with their All-Stars in 1917 designed for basketball. American companies refined and marketed the sneaker brilliantly, making it a staple of youth, sport, and casual comfort. The dream of comfortable feet for all was becoming a reality. Visual early Keds ads, factory scenes, visual kids and teens wearing sneakers, fade out. When plimsolls first appeared, they were a novelty but not outrageously expensive, more affordable than leather boots. For a working family they were a considered purchase, but within reach. Fast forward to Keds in 1916, mass production dropped prices to about $1 or $25, $30 today. Sneakers became truly accessible, shoes for the people. Today, the sneaker market is a multi-billion-dollar industry. You can still buy basic canvas sneakers for $20, $30, but designer pairs can cost hundreds or even thousands. Limited editions and rare vintage sneakers fetch astronomical prices. The price journey of the sneaker tells a story, from affordable comfort to high-fashion status symbols. Yet, the desire for comfortable, stylish footwear remains constant. Visual price tags, sneaker stores, auction scenes, visual old versus new sneakers, music upbeat, modern, fade to next scene. What happened to those first sneakers? Most were worn out and thrown away, not seen as collector's items. Yet a few survived, tucked in attics, preserved in shop storerooms, or kept by sentimental owners. Today these rare shoes are precious artifacts. Museums like the Victoria and Albert in London and the Bata Shoe Museum in Toronto showcase early rubber-soled footwear. Private collectors hunt for these gems, understanding their historical value. An original plimsoll or early Keds in good condition is incredibly valuable. These relics are more than old shoes, they're tangible links to our past. Each scuff and faded patch tells a story of innovation and change. Holding one is like holding a piece of history, a testament to a quiet revolution. Visual museum displays, close-ups of old sneakers. The spirit of the first plimsoll lives on in today's sneakers. Flexible uppers, rubber soles, comfort at the core. Major brands like Nike, Adidas and Converse dominate, investing in technology and style. Yet many still produce heritage lines, modern reissues of classic designs that echo the simplicity of the originals. Iconic shoes like the Converse Chuck Taylor All-Star and Keds Champion carry the legacy forward. The first sneaker didn't just start a trend, it laid a permanent foundation. It democratized comfort and changed how we move. Today's industry stands on the shoulders of those early pioneers. Their echo is in every step. Visual modern sneaker stores, classic shoe designs, visual, people of all ages wearing sneakers, fade out. Sneakers have evolved from functional items to powerful cultural symbols. In the mid-20th century, they became icons of youth rebellion. Think James Dean in his sneakers. They broke from tradition, becoming cool, comfortable statements. Hip-hop culture in the late 20th century made sneakers central. Adidas superstars, Nike Air Jordans became status symbols. Limited editions, artist collaborations, and the thrill of rare finds fueled a global obsession. Today, sneakers are everywhere, on runways and boardrooms at art galleries. They're a form of personal expression, collected, traded, and customized. The industry sells stories, aspirations, and belonging. Sneakers connect music, art, sports, and fashion, reflecting social trends and identities. From the quiet plimsoll to today's bold designs, the journey is remarkable. Sneakers are a canvas for design, a badge of cool, and a cultural icon. Visual sneaker conventions, fashion shows, street scenes. Visual custom sneaker art, fade to final scene. The story of the first sneaker is a quiet revolution that grew into a global phenomenon. It began with a simple need for comfort and lightness, a spark that ignited an industry. Today that first whisper still echoes in every pair we wear. The legacy of the plimsoll and early Keds isn't just in museums, it's on our feet. The journey from practical beach shoe to cultural icon is astounding. The sneaker's story is one of continuous evolution, always circling back to comfort, practicality, and style. The materials may change, but the appeal remains. So next time you lace up, remember the journey. Every step is part of a legacy still unfolding. Visual, people lacing up sneakers, walking through city streets. Music swells, fade out.